Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Louisa. Welcome back. It's Saturday. How are you? That's my dog over there sitting there with me. I have a pile of laundry here that I'm taking so much time to fold and put them away. So that's my Saturday, meaning I have done laundry and I'm gonna put it away soon. Don't mind them. That's the whole point. How have you been? How is everything going? I have been good. Taking one step at a time, taking one stone at a time. We've been talking so much. Today we had a meeting as a family. And it feels so sad not to be there at home with everybody else. But guys, I don't know. This is just life. I don't know. Life is just weird. Life is just weird. I just live it. Because if I start questioning it, I don't know if I get answers. Anyway, that is just that. That is my update for today. But today, I want to do this. I want to do a review of Dark Matter, the book that I was reading. And I will read some parts that really left an impact on me. And it made me learn something, a thing or two. As I said, reading is something that will help you along the way in any way. It does not matter what you're reading. You will learn a little bit of something in a book that you read. So I just finished Dark Matter. That's my second read of the year. That's February done. Have to start another one, but in this book, I have bookmarked. I've put papers where I want to say something about the places that I found very important. Dark Matter is a book about quantum leaping and quantum physics. It explains a lot about the quantum field. So if you're familiar with the quantum field and all that, science and that, physics, this is a great book. It is a show as well. If you don't want to buy the book, it's a great show as well on Apple TV called Dark Matter. It has 2 seasons, I believe, and it's really, really captivating, just as the books is. But at the end, I noticed there's some differences, because in the book, whatever happened to a character did not happen in the show. In the book, whatever happened, there's some tweaks, and we always expect that in shows, aside from the book, because sometimes it can be very difficult to transform a book. Okay, so to get us started, I will read a paragraph of a chapter and we will talk about it. So imagine you're a fish swimming in a pond. You can move forward and back, side to side, but never up or out of the water. If someone was standing beside the pond watching you, you would have no idea they were there. To you, that little pond is an entire universe. Now imagine that someone reaches down and lifts you out of the pond. You see that what you thought was the entire world is only a small pool. You see other ponds, trees, the sky above. You realize you're part of a much larger and more mysterious reality than you had ever dreamed of. And then whoever he was talking to said, so all these other thousands of ponds are all around us right at the moment, but we just can't see them exactly. So imagine you're a fish. So imagine this is they were talking about us living on Earth and in the world. We are like fish swimming in a pond. We do not, like a fish, unless they come out of water, they don't know what is around their surrounding. When they come up, they can see the sky, they can see another water somewhere else, or they can see the vastness of the water that they're in. They can see how far they can go. they can see so many things. But if we're just in that bubble inside, we don't know how big or how vast that water or the pond is. Okay, so this is related to life. Imagine that we as human beings are here on earth, and the way we live in a state that, well, this is my home, this is how I live. But outside there's bigger things. Imagine we have people going to the moon. Imagine there's a universe, another universe that hasn't been explored, that needs to be explored. Imagine us having different realities that I can skip from one reality to another. Can you imagine something like that? That is just our life. You realize that you're part of a much larger and more mysterious reality. Guys, I always say life is mysterious. And if we try to just even understand a little bit of it, we open a can of worms to understand more and more, because it does not end in explaining how big, vast, and mysterious this life is. That's what I love about that part of the book, and it made me wonder, how much of this world do we have? How much of this world are we willing to do to know the deeper parts? Okay, that's one part. Another part that I saw was this one. Listen to this. Makes me wonder, who is the ideal Jason? Jason is the main character in the book. So put yourself in Jason's shoe. So you are the person they're talking about. So I'll talk about myself. Makes me wonder, who is the ideal Louisa? Does she even exist? All you can do is live the best version of yourself, right? And then they replied, because, oh yes, this is where he was having a conversation with his other version. That's what I was saying the other day, that you can sit down and have a communication. You can have a meeting with yourself. So he said, makes me wonder, who is the ideal Jason? So who is the ideal Louisa? Does she even exist? I'm talking about myself here. All you can do is live the best version of yourself, right? He asked the other version of himself. So I'm asking the other version of myself. All you can do is live the best version of yourself, right? I'm asking the other Louisa. And the other Louisa said, took the words out of my mouth. Like, I say the exact same thing that Louisa said. And I say, and then I reply to the other Louisa. Not many people can say they've done this. What? And then the other Louisa asks, what? Share a beer with themselves. Yeah. Not many people say that you can sit down and have a conversation with yourself. And that's why I said the other day, you can sit down and have a communication, like a conversation, like a discussion with yourself. It's very good to sit down and ask yourself questions. You can go deeper, you can go darker, or you can go lighter. Have fun with it. Try it. And then another part is this. So I'm going to read that part, that paragraph, and then we can break it down. How do you beat an opponent who is inherently wired to predict any and all moves you might make? How? How can you beat somebody who knows the next step you're going to take? That's just like, I translated that like, how can I beat my own self? Because I already know which step to take next. You do something completely random. If my inner version of myself, like my subconscious mind, knows the next step I'm going to take, then I have to do something completely random and planned. Something really unplanned that not even me, Louisa, expected it. Something that will surprise both me and my inner self and the people around me. It is scary to do things like that. Can you imagine just doing something that scares the living shit out of you and the people around you? What? can be that one thing that you can do, an unplanned thing that you can do. And then you make a move you haven't considered, to which you've given little to no prior thought. Something that you can do without thinking, just fast and random, and people do not expect that from you. I mean, so many people know you, you know yourself, but there's some random things that you do that nobody expects. That part. So how do I apply that line of thinking to my situation? How do I do something utterly random that defies anticipation, like the expectations that people have for you? What can you do? Sometimes you just close your eyes and say, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. It is very scary. Me speaking about it, I'm already scared of doing something so random, but it is necessary. So in this book, after this is what he went to do. He went to he went to a diner early in the morning at 7 or something. There were cops sitting there, and he went there and he sat down, had his breakfast, and he had bought a cigar, lighted it in the middle of the diner, and started smoking in the middle of the diner. And there's cops there, and there's people in the morning. It's breakfast in a diner. So that is something random that not even his wife would expect him to do that, but he did it. But you know why he did it? So that he can get himself out of the trouble, away from himself. He's constant self-searching and crying and whatever. He had to do something random. Okay, that part I really loved. Okay, someplace in. Okay, another spot where I say, okay, here. Okay, my understanding of identity has been shattered. I am one facet of an infinitely faceted being called Jason Dayson. Let me say that I am one facet of an infinitely faceted being called Louisa Aluciola, who has made every possible choice and lived every life imaginable. I am 32, turning 33 soon, and I have lived so much. So much. I can't help thinking that we're more than the sum total of our choices. The life that I have lived, everything that I've gone through, whatever I am going through or whatever I'm doing now, is the sum total of my choices. Whatever I am going through personally is the sum total of my choices. The delay that I have in my papers is because of my choices that I made. Everything in my life is because of the choices that I made. We cannot blame anybody else here. It is an honest truth that nobody wants to accept. We can argue that, things have changed, time have changed, or the rules are changing, but I would have done this earlier. It is the sum total of this. I would have not taken so much a long time ago so that I can be doing. It's a lot of things, but it is all our doing. It is all our doing. So, that all the paths we might have taken factor somehow into the math of our identity. It's all about us. Because as fact, I'm sorry for the language, as everything is, there is no place I'd rather be than with whoever I want to be with. So every situation I'm in, every action I take, every decision I've made, it brings me to the one thing that I want. I want my family to be safe. I want my family to be okay. I want my friends to be okay. I don't have much. I don't have many friends, but I'm grateful for the ones I have. I want me and my little dog here who's sleeping here and my boyfriend to be happy in life. I want my mother to be happy. I want my brother and my little brother and my dad to rest in eternity so that they can wait and we can meet in the next spot. Anyway, let's continue. I'm almost done. Here, he was talking about the box that he created. This is about quantum field that I talked about. So here he said, the box isn't all that different from No, the box isn't all that different from life. So he was trying to explain what the box that he built, his other version built. If you go in with fear in this, so this is life. He's saying the box that they're going in is no different from life. So this is life. This is how life is. If you go in with fear, fear is what you'll find. So if you step in the world with fear, it is fear that you'll find in the world. If you step with confidence, it is confidence that you'll find. All these things are attainable, but we are just too scared to do them. And he said, but I don't, the son replied, but I don't even know where to start. And Jason, the dad, said, life is a blank canvas. It is a blank canvas. Life is a blank canvas. You can start anywhere. You can rip the page and start all over again. You can wrap it and write your story again. It is a blank canvas that you can decide to start at the corner, at the top, or at the bottom. Life is different. Okay? Driving here last night, I assumed that in this moment, I'd be terrified of walking into a new world. But I'm not afraid at all. So before, when he went into the box and he was experiencing all these things, he was terrified because he did not know. He did not know where he was going and what he will find. But now that he has experience with it, he's not afraid at all. He is filled with childlike excitement to see what comes next. Guys, we already lived this life. We already experimented. If I'm 33, means that I know what life can bring. I am experienced enough to know that when I start again, I am not going in scared. I am not going in scared and afraid. I will be free from fear. And I am excited like a child. Have childlike excitement so that you can move next. Okay? That's how life is. I like this book. I really loved it. Oh, that was it. That was it, guys. That was it. That was an awesome book. And I loved everything about it. That is Dark Matter. I finished it. And I hope you, whatever the pieces that I read for you, those little pieces, you got something. And you enjoyed the book. I don't know which one I'm going to go next to. But I think it'll be Think and Grow Rich. Oh, I was halfway there. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, or the other one. No, I'll have to finish the Think and Grow Rich because I had started it. I was in the middle, so I'm going to finish it. Think and Grow Rich. I hope you had an amazing day, and I hope everything is going well with you. If not, you know, right? You know. What amazing thing happened to you today? For me, I was able to finish this book. Yay! That's an amazing thing. And I went for a long walk today. Oh my God. I know it's 1 degree, 0 degree. It is 0 degrees, 1 degree. It's not that bad. And it's good for a walk right now. The streets are clearing. The water's the ice is melting. Everything is coming. I'm telling you. Spring is in the corner. So I was so excited to go for a walk today. I went for an hour-long walk and it was amazing. I enjoyed every minute of it. That's something amazing. I spoke to my family today. We had a meeting and it was amazing just to catch up with everybody. And yeah, what am I grateful for? I am grateful for my country people. I am grateful for family back home who are taking care of everything. Really, really grateful because I can't be there to be with everybody. So I have to rely on everybody who is back home. I am grateful for my family for holding us together and holding everything down. I am grateful. And yeah, that's what I'm grateful for. What are you grateful for out there? And what an amazing thing happened to you today. Okay? Let's meet tomorrow as we talk about amazing things that will happen to us. We'll see what we'll do tomorrow. Maybe I will talk to you outside or maybe not. We will see how the day goes. Tomorrow's Sunday. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Ciao.